Hi, this is Shannon Messenger for Friday the 13ers, and I am back tackling another Truth or Dare. This week, I randomly chose a truth, and the question was, what specifically have been the challenges of writing in the YA fiction style as opposed to other styles? Which is actually a really good question for me because I'm not sure how many of you know this, but I am also a middle grade writer. In fact, my first middle grade book comes out in October. Sorry, shameless self-promotion moment. So for a really long time, I only planned to write middle grade. In fact, the only reason I decided to give YA a try was because I had this idea that just wouldn't go away. And I felt like it was definitely a story that was worth telling, but I was more than a little afraid that I wouldn't be able to tell it personally, because it was very much a love story, and the middle grade romance element is very, very, pretty much non-existent. If it's there, it's, like a crush, and so here I was with this story with these 17-year-old characters and a very intense romance between them. And I was more than a little terrified that I would not be able to pull that off. And it was definitely challenging for me. I really had to push myself as I was drafting. And I remember I would send whiny emails to my crit partners with things like, oh, the scene's coming up. If I have to use the word tongue, I'm gonna die. I really am sort of like a 12-year-old in many ways sometimes. I pushed through because I really did want to get it right, and I sent it off to my agent, and I thought that I was close, but not surprisingly, her number one revision note was that I think she used the word sizzle and talked about how my draft didn't have enough of it. It was funny, she actually felt like the kissing scenes themselves were steamy enough, but I had sort of ignored all those other moments, the moments where the would they or won't they, there's the chemistry, and you're just turning the pages thinking, is it gonna happen? Those are my favorite scenes. But I had kind of left that out of my first attempt at Let the Sky Fall. I think it was the middle grade writer in me. It was like, yay, they aren't kissing, I can just rush through this. So in the second revision, I really had to go back and look for places where I could let the love interest grow and let them have those almost moments and let there be sizzle, as my agent said. And I had to actually rely a lot on my crit partners for that. I would send them the scene and they would usually write back, nope, still not enough. Or occasionally, yeah, now you went too far. Because I really had a hard time knowing where that line was, knowing when it was actually tense and steamy, and then when it was over the top and cheesy. It was really hard for me. So I went through quite a lot of revision on those places. But that's actually why it makes me so ridiculously proud that one of the ways I've heard my editor describe Let the Sky Fall when she talks about it is as a sexy YA, because there were times there where I wasn't sure that I would ever be able to have anyone call the book sexy, and it's certainly not something that I ever thought would be one of my books, but it is, and I guess you guys will be the final judge on whether or not I actually did pull it off when Let the Sky Fall comes out in 2013. But I definitely gave it my all, so here's hoping. And I think that pretty much covers the question, which actually wasn't too humiliating this time, so thank goodness. We'll see what is in store for me next time when I'm back. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend.